Okay, so on this problem, it says consider the weighted voting system, and it gives us the quota is right there at 19. So remember the quota, 19 votes to pass anything. And then player 1 has 14 votes, player 2 has 10, player 3 has 6, and player 4 has 2 votes. So 4 players, each with those number of votes, and the quota is 19 votes to pass anything. It says identify the players by their number. You know, if it's P1, P2, put 1 and 2. Okay, identify which players are dictators. Who are the dictators here? Well, nobody's a dictator, because it takes a dictator is somebody that has ultimate power, absolute power, ability to pass anything all by him or herself. So if the quote is 19, if it takes 19 votes to pass anything, a dictator would have to have 19 votes or more. And the highest player only has 14 votes. So we're going to leave this blank, as it tells us right here. Leave the space blank if there are no players that fit the description. So leave that blank. Okay. Next question. Which players have veto power but are not dictators? Veto power but are not dictators. That's a good question. Now, what is veto power? Let's be clear on that. Write that in. Veto power. That's what the President of the United States has, veto power. The President of the United States can block any bill. So if Congress puts forward a bill that that the President does not like, the President can block it by him or her alone saying no. So that's what it means. You can block anything alone. So you can't pass anything. How it's different than a dictator. A dictator, let me mention, put a dictator down here just to make sure the difference is clear. A dictator can pass or block anything alone, right? He alone has the power, pass or block. Whereas a veto power, you can only block. You can't pass anything, but you can block anything alone. So all by yourself, meaning all other players combined cannot, say, do not have enough to pass something without you. So that's what it means to have veto power. All the other players combined do not have enough to pass something without you. So therefore, you can block anything alone. All right, so let's see if anybody has veto power. Does the 14 have veto power? Meaning, can he block anything alone? So let's take a look. I'll bring it down here. So we've got the 14, 10, 6, and 2. Okay, so if the 14 says, no, I don't like that thing, and he drops out, he removes his votes, that leaves 10, all the other players, and if all the other players say, well, we like it, that leaves 18 votes. Is that enough? That's not, 18 votes is not enough to pass, right? The quote is 19. In this situation, it takes 19 votes to pass anything, 19 votes to pass anything. So if player 1 says, no, no, I don't like it, the other players also, yeah, but we like it, 10, 6, and 2, that's only 18 votes. They can't pass it. So player 1 does have veto power. Yes, player 1 does have veto power. He alone can say no, and the other players can't get it passed. They only have 18 votes. They need him. He alone can block anything. He alone cannot pass anything. He doesn't have 14 votes. He doesn't have enough to pass anything by himself. He would need somebody else to combine with him. But he alone can block anything, right? If he says no, all the other players only total 18 votes. That's not enough. So player one has veto power. Now, how about player two? Let's check out, see if player two has veto power. I think he doesn't. Let's see. 14, 10, 6, and 2. So what if player 2 says, no, I don't like something? Then that leaves the other players, 14, 6, and 2, which total, what's that, 22. That's 22 votes. That's enough, right? Because it only takes 19 to pass anything. So that's enough to pass. So in other words, player two does not have veto power, right? You see how we prove that? If player two, right here, if player two says, no, I don't like it, well, the other people can still, and all the other people like it, they can still get it passed without him. So player two cannot block anything by himself. He can't block anything alone. If he alone says no, the other ones can still get it passed. So player two does not have veto power. And now I don't even need to check players 3 or 4, because if player 2 with 10 votes does not have veto power, then no way anybody with less power could have veto power. The only one that has veto power is player 1. Player 1 with 14 votes has veto power, but the other ones do not. So only a 1 goes here. Now, sometimes you'll have other people that have veto power. Like if player 2 had veto power, I'd put comma 2, but that was not the case. So only player 1 has veto power. So so nobody is a dictator. Player 1 has veto power. Now, are anybody dummies here? Now, what's a dummy? Well, that's pretty self-explanatory, huh? Like crash test dummy. Somebody that has absolutely no power at all. So so a dummy. So we got to put the dummy in right here. A dummy. No power. Never changes the outcome. Never changes the outcome. Now you might say, well, they all have some votes, so they all have power. Well, they do all have votes, but if you never make a difference, you never change an outcome, then you really have no power. So let's think about it for a second. Let's start with the lowest guy, because he's the most likely one to be a dummy if anybody's going to be a dummy. Is the 2 a dummy? Meaning, so let's come down here and ask this question. Is the 2, which is player 4, a dummy? I guess I should have written dummy right here like this. Dummy. Is the 2, 2 votes, is the 2 votes guy, which is player 4, right up here, player 4. Oops, can't circle that very well. Is he a dummy? Well, can he ever change a vote outcome? Can he ever change the result? Is there ever a situation in which something was not going to pass and then he made it pass? Well, he's only got 2 votes. So it'd have to go, so it takes 19, right? The quota. Oops. Takes 19 to pass. That's the quota. So suppose a group totaled 18 votes, which is not enough, and then the 2 votes joined. That would make a difference, right? Makes a different outcome, changes things. That's real power, right? Now the truth is that can never happen though. But I want to show you first off what it would look like for 2 to exercise any real power. We're trying to find out if 2's a dummy. If the player 4, which has 2 votes, is a dummy or not. Well, if it takes 19 to pass anything, the only way that 2's going to make a difference is if 18 votes, there was a group that had 18 votes, and which is not enough to pass. That's not 19, and then 2 joined them to make it 20. Or we can say 18 or 17. Yeah, 18 or 17. 18 or 17. Because either way, if 2 joined them, it would push the 17 or the 18 up to 20, or 19 or 20, and that would make it pass. Are you tracking with me? So in other words, 17 plus 2 is 19, or 18 plus 2 is 19, and now it would pass, right? Now, what if you had 16? Well, 16 plus 2 is only 18. It still does not pass. 2 doesn't make a difference in that situation, right? You think, well, okay, well, how'd you come up with 17, 18? Why don't you do 19? Well, if you have 19 votes already, you're already passed. You don't need anybody else. So do you see what I'm doing? I'm taking I'm trying to find out if the 2 can ever make a difference in the outcome. And I'm saying that there's only 2 ways that the 2 could ever make a difference in the outcome. If you had a group with 17 or 18 votes, which is not enough to pass, that's not 19, and then 2 joined the group. Oh, this would be 20 here, huh? Then that would be enough to pass. There we go. So is that ever the case? Can you ever have 17 or 18 votes? Is there any way to get that? No. See, 14 and 10 would be 24. 14 and 6 is 20. See, there's no group other than using the 2 that would ever make 17 or 18 votes, and then they need the 2 to push them over the top. That's never going to happen. Not with these numbers. 14, the other players other than 2, waiting to see if 2 will join them. The 14, the 10, and the 6, there's no way they can total 17 or 18. You see that? 10 and 6 make 16, and then if 2 joins them, that's 18. That's still not enough. You need 19. So 2's a dummy. My point is, well, actually, that's player 4, huh? Player 4. Supposed to put the player number. Watch out there, right? They want the player number. So player 4, who is the 2, is a dummy because there's never a situation in which he makes a difference. The only way he would ever make a difference is if you had 17 or 18 votes, which is not 19, not enough, and then 2 joined the team to make it 19 or 20, and then it passed. Then he's making a difference. Then he's exercising real power. But that'll never happen. There's no way to have 17 or 18 because if you look at the numbers, there's no way to add up and get 17 or 18. So therefore, 2 will never make a difference. He never changes the outcome. So he has no real power. He's really a dummy. Nobody cares what he votes. He never changes the result. So technically, he's a dummy. Now, there could be more than one dummy. Let's try this guy. How about this guy here, this 6, which is player 3. Is player 3 a dummy? Well, let's come on down and take a look. So here, let me bring this down where we can see it. So again, the quota is 19. Oops, pins a lag in there. 19, and what are the numbers? I'm losing them. Here, 19, 14, 10, 6, 2. 14, 10, 6, 2. Okay, so we're wondering about this guy. Is he a dummy? Well, player 3. I don't think so. So does he ever make a difference? Can he ever make a difference? That's what we're looking for, right? That's what it means to have real power, not be a dummy. Well, yeah. Suppose that 14 likes something. That's not enough. What if 14 alone, player one, 14 alone, likes something, nobody else likes it, that's not enough to pass, right? It takes 19. And then all of a sudden, the 6 goes, okay, I'm going to join you. I like it too. I've changed my mind. I like it too. Now it's 20. It's enough to pass. It's enough to pass. So 6 made a difference there. Player 3, with his 6 votes, made a difference, right? The 14 alone, suppose, was in favor of something, not enough to pass. 6 joins the team, boom, they pass. He makes a difference. So there's situations in which the 6 would, player 3, the 6 votes would really make a difference in the outcome. So that's real power. So that player's not a dummy. And if he's not a dummy, anybody with even more power than him is certainly not a dummy. So I don't even need to look at the other 2, right? Once you find that this player with 6 votes is not a dummy, people with even more power certainly can't be dummies either, right? Same thing, if the 14 was alone and the 10 joined him, that'd be 24 votes. That'd be enough to pass it. See, the 10 can make a difference. You got it. So the only one that's a dummy then is player 4. So when all is said and done, nobody's a dictator. Nobody has enough to pass something on their own. Player 1 has got veto power, because if player 1 says no, the other players only have 18 votes, not enough to pass anything on their own. So he can block anything alone, but he can't pass anything alone. That's what makes him have veto power, not be a dictator. And then player 4 is a dummy, because player 4 can never make a difference in the outcome. Even though he's got 2 votes, those 2 votes never make a difference. So really, he has no power. He's a dummy. So there we go.